Hey. Here's some more documentation that you might be interested in, and it's how to run 2 PHP versions on Windows. I created this web page to help me teach you the basic stuff behind doing it. Okay, and so if you're running Windows and you want to run 2 PHP versions, and this is how you'll configure it to do this. Okay, you can also do this with XAMPP with a little work, but this is just strictly with PHP if you want to do two different versions. Okay, first is you go down and download from php.net. Okay, and you download the two versions you're looking at too. Okay, and then so you have the earlier version and the newer version. And the reason is because you may have outdated PHP code that will no longer work on an upgraded version of PHP, and that's the purpose of this, is so you can run the old code and get things done. Okay, never delete old code. Okay, even in your database. If you have to create a database, for old code, so you can always continue to use it. All right. It also helps when you have to go somewhere else one day too. Okay. All right. Now you download the code, and then it says rename the executable for clarity. Okay. So what you do is you want to rename this executable, here, if that's the one you download, to 7.4, and you rename that in 8.2 to 82. You see what they're doing there? All right. They're keeping the names the same. Okay, then you want to add to the system properties. Okay, and so it talks about restarting your deal. What you do is you just restart your computer. Okay, so you enter them to the system properties, your environmental variables, your path. Okay, add this version and then add this version, because that's the ones you got up here. Okay, so you add that. Then you have your usage examples. Default PHP execution. Okay. All right. This runs the PHP path installed in your system path 7.4. Okay. And so if you don't understand it, just play with it until you succeed. Okay. Look at it. Maybe go on the internet and get some extra things to help you as well. Okay. And then explicit version execution. Okay, and you want to use this line right here. Now, being I'm just giving you the basics to start and help you out, it's good to look at other places on the net as well. Okay, but anyway, PHP 82. All right, if you remember, we did this up here. See there, PHP 82. Okay, so this runs the explicit versions. Okay, and as the system default. All right, and then Apache integration optional, which it gets into this right here for Apache integration. All right, maybe one of these days I'll actually show you how to do it by doing it myself. um, but I don't want to mess nothing up, and I got a lot going right now. Okay, and then you got your verification. All right, create a file called phpinfo.php with that right there. Okay, that's what you want to create. Just use this right here. Okay, this line, and then name it phpinfo.php. All right, and then you run it with this way: show default version, and it should show. Okay, show PHP 82, and it'll show. All right, then you want to look at the notes here. Your note says use renamed executables PHP 74 and PHP 82 to avoid path conflicts. And that's basically it. So you can have this as a reference with other things you're learning on the internet to help you run 2 PHP versions. You can pause the video anytime that you want, go back and look at it. And so this is just a basic web document to add a little more direction to what you may or may not have, or get you started on how to run the 2 versions. And so I just want to say thank you and have a very, very good day.